Hi, and welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Janel Norton. I'm a Warriors at Ease certified teacher, and I'm here today to guide you through a really nice, easy 30-minute gentle chair yoga class. So enjoy. All right, let's begin today with a little alternate nostril breath. They call this one, it's a funny Sanskrit word. It's called Nadi Shodhan, if you ever hear that when you go to a regular yoga class. But it's just alternate nostril breathing. And it's a beautiful way if you ever feel really out of sorts, you just need to like recalibrate, recenter. It really helps balance both the left and the right side of the brain. Looks a little awkward, but give it a try, see how you feel when we're done. So go ahead and find a nice tall spine. And we're going to use, if you're lefty, you can use your left hand. I'm righty, so I'm using my right. We use our thumb to gently depress the right nostril to close it off so that we can inhale up the left nostril all the way to the top. Hold at the top full, and then you're going to use the ring finger to depress the left nostril and exhale all the way out the right. And then we just reverse that flow, inhaling up the right, depress the right, and exhale up the left, all right? So find your seat nice and tall, shoulders down the back, and you can have eyes open or closed during this one. We'll go ahead and begin inhaling through the left side. So depress the right nostril, inhale all the way to the top. Hold full, depress the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Hold full, depress right, exhale left. Inhale left. Depress the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Depress the right nostril, exhale left. Okay, go ahead and keep going with your own breathing rhythm here. Try to keep the inhales and exhales as long as you can. Good. We'll take one more round. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then you can allow that hand to come to the lap. If the eyes are closed, just leave them closed a little bit longer and feel the air entering and exiting both nostrils now at the same time. Noticing maybe how the mind feels a little bit more balanced here. And then we'll go ahead and flutter the eyes open. And we'll start with just a little bit of movement, connecting the breath with the movement. So bring your arms down to your sides, and then inhale those arms up nice and tall. Exhale it down through center. Third eye to the sky. Inhale those arms up tall, and exhale them all the way back down to your sides. We'll take two more like that, almost like the arms are moving through water. Inhaling nice and slow, following the breath all the way to the top of the pose. As the exhale comes, then follow that movement and breath all the way to the bottom of the pose. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale into heart center. And then hold here. Feel the feet pressed into the floor, knees centered right over ankles, shoulders releasing and relaxing. Crown of the head is tall. Good. One more deep breath in. Nice long exhale, releasing the hands down to the lap. So we're going to work into the side body just a little bit here. So go ahead and take your right hand and bring it to the outside of that left thigh. This left arm is just going to dangle here for a moment, shoulders down and back. And then as you bring in that next inhale, you're going to lift that left arm up. And then as you exhale, using this right hand as leverage, holding on to that left thigh, you're going to lean towards the right. So this left bicep is up by that left ear, reaching long through those left fingertips. And then you're just allowing that right shoulder head to melt. So if it's up here, think about relaxing it down. And you don't have to lean far. We're just inhaling and exhaling up and down these left intercostals here, getting a nice deep stretch. If it feels okay for the neck, maybe explore releasing the neck a little more, and that right ear might just incrementally fall towards that right shoulder, which being incrementally is falling down towards the right hip. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good. 1 more inhale. On the exhale, go ahead and come all the way back up tall, and then bring the hands back to the lap. Let that settle in here for about 2 deep breaths, just noticing the sensations happening on the left side of the body, feeling the opening that happened there, maybe a little warmth in that left shoulder. And then we'll take that on the other side. So now the left hand will hold on to the outside of that right thigh. Let that right arm just dangle nice and loose in the shoulder. And on the next in-breath, start to draw that right arm up. Keep holding on to that left thigh and use that as leverage to arc towards your left. The right biceps up by the right ear, reaching long through the right fingers. Feel that nice length come into the lateral right side here, and breathe. And then you can stay right here or start to allow that left ear to just soften just a little bit. You might find you're getting a little more into that right trap. Take 3 more deep breaths. Nice big inhale. And the exhale, go ahead and draw yourself all the way up. Nice and tall. Let the hands come to the lap. Noticing the sensations that might be here on that right side of the body for 2 nice deep breaths. Still nice and tall in the spine, shoulders drawing down and back. And then we're going to work into that neck a little bit more here. So we've done this one before. Think of a pencil coming out right off the end of your nostril. And then think of starting with a really small little circle on the wall in front of you. And then maybe you start to broaden that circle a little bit more. You can have eyes, again, open or closed. It might be a little wonky to have eyes open. So sometimes when you close that down, then you can really start to feel into all these little tight spots in the neck as you roll through, rolling towards the right. And if you find a lot of snap, crackly poppies coming in, just make those circles smaller, and that might help alleviate that a little bit. Shoulders again are relaxed. Go ahead and find 1 more round this direction. And then go ahead and find yourself coming all the way back in. Maybe make those circles small and find yourself right in that neutral position. And then we're going to start that on the other side. So if you started on the right, then maybe start to draw circles really small from the end of the nose onto the wall in front of you. And then eventually start to broaden those circles out a little bit more, noticing what's happening on this side. Notice the shoulders, notice the breath. And you can start to feel in, maybe bringing a little bigger circles into the side, if that feels okay for your neck. If not, keep them small. And we're not cranking on the neck here. We're going nice and slowly. Just allowing everything to open from the back of the cervical spine along the front of the throat. Good. Go ahead and find one more round here on this side. And maybe just start a little smaller circle, and then come right back into neutral. Ooh, feel a little dizzy on that one maybe. And now we're going to keep with that circle theme, and we're going to work into the hips here. So we're at the edge of our seat. You can have knees hip width, or you can bring them a little wider, whatever feels comfortable for you here. And then we'll start to take that right shoulder towards that left knee. So you're going to feel into that lower right quadrant of the back, bend the elbows, draw the spine long forward, and then think of that left shoulder coming over towards that right knee, and then bring it all the way up. And again, these circles might be big for you, or they might be small. So if you got lower back issues going on here and you don't want to go deep, maybe you just roll that rib cage around. That can be your circles on this side. So just feel into this with your breath, as big or as small as you need them to be. Shoulders again are relaxed. I got a creaky chair. You might hear my creaky chair here. And find that last circle on this side. And then coming up nice and tall and center. Deep breath in. And then take those the opposite direction. Right shoulder towards the right knee, left shoulder towards the left knee. And just create some circles this way. And you'll feel the core engaging, and you'll feel all those muscles that wrap around the center of our body having to work together as they contract and release as we roll through these. Sometimes when you close the eyes, you can really connect with what's all happening in there. Take 2 more rounds, as fast or slow as you need to. Very creaky chair. Last one on this side. And then we'll all be back in center, sitting tall in the spine. Now we're going to have, if your legs were a little wider, bring them back to neutral so the knees are in line with the hips. And then we're going to sit nice and tall here, and think about drawing that right knee in, maybe clasping the hands here, and just draw that knee towards your chest. Make sure you're not bringing the chest to the knee, because then you'll start to feel that lower back kind of kick in. So you're strong in the core, drawing the belly in tight, shoulders down, pinned back, crown of the head tall, drawing that knee wherever that is for you. So you might be down here, or you might be up here. It doesn't matter. Once you're here, hold that leg and start to roll. Staying with the circle theme here. Roll that right ankle. Doesn't matter what direction, because we'll switch. Finding if you start to let go here and you're rounding, then just bring it back up, nice and tall. And then we're going to roll that ankle the opposite direction. Good. And then bring that to neutral. And then we're just going to start to make some circles with the knee. So you can stay with both hands clasped around that knee, or you can drop that left hand to the left knee and just use your right hand to do this. And again, as big or as small as you need these circles to be. And then it's a little challenging here, so notice if you're rounding, stay tall in the chest. Good. And then take those circles the opposite a couple rounds. Feeling a little bit of heat now in that right hip socket. This is really good for those hip flexors that are usually really tight, because we sit a lot, especially these days. Getting all that fascia broken up is very beneficial. All right, good. And then from here, we're going to see if we can pull that knee in nice and tight to the chest again, and see if you can flex the foot and then maybe set that right heel or ankle on top of the left thigh. Keep flexion in this foot, and then keep that it'll keep that right knee safe here, and you can stay right here. This is our seated pigeon pose. Or you can start to maybe bring the sternum a little bit forward, and you'll feel that right hip start to open even more. So wherever you are here, if you're here and you're like, I could go a lot deeper, I need a little bit more, there is an option that we can take if you need it. So that would be bringing the eye of the left elbow to the sole of the right foot and just kind of wrap that arm, and then you can wrap that right arm underneath, and you can bring that leg up nice and tall. And then you can even cradle it maybe like a baby. So that's an option. If it's not an option for you, staying right here with that little lean. Always like to give you guys a little place to move to if you need to, but don't feel like you have to take it. Take about 3 more deep breaths here. Nice, big deep breath in. Long, complete exhale. And then inhale, come up nice and tall. Go ahead and release that side. Good. Just sitting for a moment. Notice all the sensations happening in that right side, that right leg. A lot of heat, maybe a little tingling going on. It's all good stuff. And then we have, hopefully, 2 legs, so we have to do the other side. So go ahead and draw that left knee in, clasp the hands around the shin or the knee, tall spine, and then we're going to start those circles with that left foot. Doesn't matter which way you go, so we'll do both ways. You might have clicking and popping. Some people have very clicky ankles. Again, you don't have to make the circles, or you can just make them smaller. And then take it the opposite direction a couple rounds. And then find that to neutral. And then we're going to take the circles with that left knee. So you can have both hands clasped if you want, or you can just utilize that left hand on the left knee or shin, making these as big or as small as you want. Notice what's happening in the upper body. Notice if you started to round here. If that is the case, tall, you have to make those circles a little smaller so you can keep the upper body nice and tall, and do that. Finding a little heat now created in that left hip socket. And when you find the top, pause and take it the opposite a couple rounds. If you have clicking here in the hips, make a little less, so maybe you can get rid of that. The breath is still flowing deep. One more round. Good, and then pull that knee back into the chest, really nice and tight. Hold here, flex that left foot, and then maybe set that left ankle on top of that left thigh. Flexion in the foot, and then let that left knee drop wherever it drops. If you're super tight, it might be way up here. It's okay. Just sit tall in your spine. This is where we can stay right here. It is a big opening. Maybe breathe in and start to bring the sternum towards that left shin. Start to feel into that left side. Just stay here, shoulders releasing down and back. You have that option here if you're coming into this side and it's really needing more, and you can try that little wrap. You have like a little baby here, and then you're just rocking it out if you want. So whichever version you're in, maybe close the eyes and feel the breath opening the space. So maybe think about the inhales creating that opening. The exhales allow it to relax and release, maybe deepening the posture. So just taking that mind's eye into the areas where you're feeling the greatest sensation, and breathe into those spots. Take 2 more really deep breaths here. Nice long exhale. And down the in-breath, releasing that leg, coming all the way up, and let it come to the ground. Just sit nice and tall here for a reset. Feel the sensations that are happening on the left side. And we'll take a connecting breath and clean the slate. Inhale it up. Exhale to heart center. Third eye to the sky. Exhale, float the arms down. Good, one more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, heart center. Third eye to the sky. And exhale, float it down. Good. So we're going to try a little chair eagle posture here. I'm going to give you 2 variations. We'll start with one being seated, and then I'll give you the option if you want to try one standing. So from the seated posture, you're going to cross that right knee over the left, and you can stay right here, or our ankles might be pliable now because we loosened them up. You might be able to wrap that right foot behind the left, what is that called? Your calf. I lost my words. So you can stay here or you can stay here. Bring those arms out wide, and then we're going to take this right arm and cross it underneath the left. So the elbows crisscross, maybe grabbing opposite shoulders, or you can maybe bring the backs of your hands together, or maybe your palms can touch. And then you can stay right here and squeeze it like you mean it. If you're in standing, you're going to come into this one by coming in through a chair, standing chair. So you'll come in to a chair, leaving the weight back into the heels, and then you're going to let the weight go into that left leg, come up onto the ball, that right foot. Find a focal point where you're staring at. Maybe bring hands to heart first and see if you can cross. You can even use your chair as a little prop. You can let your foot like rest on it. And if you have the full wrap, you can bring the toes around. And then it's a big balance posture. Bring that right arm under the left and find your eagle arms wherever they are. So whether you're standing or you're in a chair, you're still squeezing for 2 more deep breaths. I know I had you guys holding here a long time. It's all good. Take 1 more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and release. Let that go. Plant both feet. If you're standing, just come to standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to heart center. Third eye to the sky. Exhale, float them down. And then we have the other side. So go ahead and cross. If you're standing, find your chair in standing and cross that left leg over the right. Maybe you tuck the toes, maybe you don't. Arms come out nice and wide. And now we're going to let that left arm come underneath the right, crisscross, maybe backs of hands, palms, touching shoulders, whatever you got. And we're just squeezing everything into the midline here. So this is really beneficial for our lymphatic system. You get to squeeze the toxins out through this posture. Think about all the good stuff that's going to happen when we're done with this pose, when we release. Take 2 more breaths, keep squeezing. Big inhale in. Exhale, release. Let that go. Big breath in, all the way to the top. Exhale in through heart center. Inhale, third eye to the sky. Exhale, release. Good. So if you are standing, just stay right where you are. If you are seated, we're going to meet them standing, because we're going to take a little tree pose here, and when we can use our chair as a prop. So standing nice and tall in mountain, we're going to come up onto the ball of that right foot and really root into that left foot. And then we're going to externally rotate that right knee towards the right. And then you might just stay here with that right heel on the left ankle, and then maybe staying with one hand on the chair. You can come to tree. Maybe you could try both arms up, or you can keep hands at heart. If you want a little bit more of a balanced posture, really fix your eye gaze on something that's not moving. Maybe slide the inside of that right foot to the left calf. And if you want more, you have to kind of assist this up. So this is where the chair can come in handy. Holding your chair anywhere but on that right knee, on that left knee joint. Bring the sole of that foot to the inside. And then maybe here, or maybe we're here. Or if you really want to challenge your balance, maybe let it go. And the chair is always there for you if you need it. Take 2 more deep breaths. If you want to really challenge your posture, close your eyes for a moment. And that will really rock your world. Take 1 more breath. And then we're going to come out as gracefully as we went in. Release that side. Good. Take a connecting breath. Inhale it up. Exhale, center. Third eye up. Exhale, float it down. We're going to try that on the other side. So let all the weight kind of be taken into this right leg. Externally rotate that left knee. Holding onto our chair, hand at heart. Maybe find where your foot placement is on this side, anywhere but on that knee joint. We're still thinking of externally rotating that left knee open. So staying here, maybe a little more of a balance. Maybe you let go, or maybe you just kind of dangle here. So you know you got your little safety stop if you need it. Just breathe. Think of rooting into that foot, that right foot into the earth on your exhales, and on your inhales, we're growing our branches. Take 2 more deep breaths. Feel all those little stabilizing muscles in that right foot that are working really hard to keep you stable here. 1 more in breath. And then again, nice and graceful and slow coming out on that side. Good job. Take a connecting breath. Inhale. Exhale. Third eye. Exhale. Good. So we're all going to come back into our seat. Go ahead and find yourself nice and center on your chair here. Feel the backs of the thighs and the glutes rooted. The feet are grounded. Maybe palms rest on the tops of the knees. Good. And then maybe let's just try this one last thing here. Take your palms together. Rub them really hard. Maybe just create a little friction and heat. And then go ahead and take your palms and place them over the eyes and feel that warmth. Feel the breath slowing and settling. Let all the muscles around the eyes relax, shoulders release. And you can keep your hands here, or if that heat's gone and you want to just rest your arms back, you can bring the palms back to the knees. Let the breath just flow freely here, not having to control the breath in any way. Feel all that beautiful work that you've done for your body here, and just be grateful for everything that it was able to do for you today. Thank you so much for joining me as part of the Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience, and I hope you enjoyed this class. So this video is available to the public on the Warriors at Ease YouTube channel shortly. So make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a class. And please consider making a donation in the link below to keep these classes free for all. It's viewers like you that make it possible for teachers like me to provide these services. This is Janel signing off for WAE Operation Remote Resilience in Health, Resilience, and Connection.